Most businesses really struggle. They're surviving, not thriving. Well, in this video, I want to help you thrive. I'm going to give you some real top tips of how you can grow your business and get it to the top level in business success. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm James, and I'm going to walk you through a formula that I've built for businesses by running my own companies. I employ over 1,000 people and I'm trading many businesses in the brick and mortar space. So that's where I get all my ideas that I'm going to share with you in this video. We're going to talk about this 10-year formula for success. I want to talk you through the early stages of my entrepreneurial career. I built an entertainment agency. I was a one-man band. I was going out gigging and hiring out equipment. I had a van. I was filling out with fuel, unloading it, loading it, delivering it to customers. I effectively built myself a profitable job. And that's the first stage that most business owner walks through. They build themselves that profitable job, but then you'll get this moment of, oh my God, this is so hard. I'm working so many hours. I can actually go and get a job in a supermarket and earn more money and have none of the stress. Well, we've got to sort the mindset out and get the philosophy for building a much better business. And that's what I did. I sat there and I thought, I just don't want this. This isn't enough. I need to build a business so that I could build a commercially profitable enterprise. I wanted to have the philosophy that I was building something to sell, even if I had no intention of selling it, because I think that's a much better mindset. You're building something to sell, even if you have no intention of selling it. So I needed to make something that was a business, not just a profitable job, which I was doing up here. I built this business. I built an entertainment venue. So rather than going to people's houses and rather than delivering equipment, I would have a venue and everyone would come to me and I could build some employees around me so that I could, God forbid, have a day off. And that's what I did. So I built this business and it looks like something of value. And I thought, yeah, I could sell this. And I looked at it, I thought, what would someone really want to buy this off of me? Because it was still around my personality. I was the key person, the individual making all this happen. So what you want to do is you build this profitable job, then you're an entrepreneur, you're building a business, and you want to get to the holy grail, which is building an investment. And I call this the entrepreneur's pyramid. First of all, most business owners are solopreneurs. They're doing the do, they're getting up and they're making everything happen, and they're really working very hard. The next stage is the entrepreneur. They're starting to build a team around them, still working incredible long hours, but they're building a big profitable job at that stage. And then the top level is they've built their business to look like an investment. So what I did is I built up a chain of venues. I've got 10 day nurseries, 10 entertainment venues, and that allowed it to look like something that could scale. That was a much bigger business, and hardly any business gets to this size because it's really tough to do. It's really hard to do. You haven't got the knowledge, you haven't got the will or the team to help you get there, or you haven't got the mindset, which is what this video is all about. So I set my goal on building an investment and rising up this entrepreneur's pyramid. How did I do it? Well, I thought better. I thought smarter. I sought out wisdom from friends and other business owners. And this was the commonality that I found, that they were just thinking bigger than me. And that's what I did. And how did I think bigger? Well, I used this little chart that I'm about to share with you now. It's really simple, and I recommend you doing the same. Get yourself a pen and paper, get yourself in a nice quiet room and allow yourself that good quality thinking time. And this is what you do. So you draw the chart out as it looks like on the screen, and then you want to write 1 year and then 10 years at the top. And this is where the big magic happens. Affording yourself the luxury of thinking 10 years into the future is, in my opinion, the fastest way to scale up the success of your business. Because of this, most people overestimate what can be achieved in a year and underestimate what can be achieved in 10 years. I'm going to say that for you just one more time. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year, but way underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years' time. Because most people just don't think this good. So we're going to think about this. What's the profit that we want to make at the end of our first year of trading? We're going to go with £100,000, 100K. And then we're going to think about what revenue do we need to generate to make £100,000 worth of profit. Let's assume now that most businesses make 10% net profit on their turnover. So we've got to bring in 1 million of revenue to make the 100K happen. Over here, we've got to build a team that's going to help us do this, but the team's going to be quite small, so everyone's going to be doing a bit of everything. You're going to be multi-skilled at this stage. You might have a bookkeeper that's going to help you with the financial insights. You might have a supervisor. You might have a marketing design person helping you, and you might have a salesperson or a delivery driver, whatever sector you're in. The next crucial stage is to identify what the culture of the business is. Remember this, all businesses have a culture, it's just whether it's the one that you want. So identifying your dream culture is such a smarter thing to do. You're probably running the business yourself, you'll be the senior manager, the managing director of your business, so you're probably keeping everyone in the clique, keeping them inspired, keeping them informed, which is one of the most important 3 KPIs of a business owner when they're building a business, keeping your team inspired, informed, and in the clique so they understand everything that's going on. And also, what are you at this stage? Identifying what you need to be to make all this happen. Over here, we're now thinking about the philosophy of the business in the future. What's our fantasy business look like? Well, we now want to make £1 million profit in 10 years. And actually, you think, oh yeah, it's 100K now. Having £1 million in 10 years seems really easy. But we're now going to need to bring in 10 million of revenue to make the million happen. And at this stage, you've got to understand lots and lots about accounts and cash flow. And that's where the guys at Amex have come up with this really cool thing for you. It's called the Business Trends and Insight Hub. There's a link in the video description. Go and give that a read. And I'll put some stuff over my screen right now so that you can see what it looks like. Some really cool cash flow tips of how you can build a super successful business. Let's get back to the chart now. So we understand now what team we need to look after the 10 million of revenue. We don't need a bookkeeper anymore. We now need a financial director, an accountant on steroids that's going to understand how to look after all this cash flow. We don't need supervisors anymore. We need managers and we need managing directors, so we're not doing everything on our own. Now we've probably got 60, 50, maybe even 100 staff. And so your cultural statements and cultural training becomes even more important, because when you get over 12 employees, which are over here, clicks start to happen, the gossip starts to happen. You need to stamp that all out. You want to have cultural statements like I choose, like recruiting happy and hardworking people. And what I do in my business is recruit on attitude over skill set, and then skill my people up to the way we want them to be. Removing toxic employees is always the job of an entrepreneur. And then lastly, what are you? Because when you're building a business of this size, you've got to be a different person to building a 1 million revenue business. You've got to understand, if you know what you want to have, you've got to work out what you've got to become and what you've got to do to have all that stuff. You've got to upskill yourself, because good people want to work for good people and great people want to work for great people. Upskilling yourself and being the best version of yourself is what every entrepreneur and business owner should do. Keep on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe, because we're going to bring out more great videos like this to accelerate the growth of your business. See you in the next one.